Welcome to my real estate company's company-wide meeting for June 4th, 2026. Today is Thursday. This is the meeting for my real estate company and my real estate company 2 agents. Josh.
Uh, okay, that's the wrong quote. For some reason, it pulled in the right one.
Oh, you
Um,
actually did your separate slide? Because when I
I
looked, it had like a super old quote, so I didn't
yeah,
pull
I
that one
did.
in. Okay, well, I thought this was a new one and I liked it because it's so true. People will find something that works, get a listing from it or purchase from it, and then never do that exact thing again.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you're not tracking where your deals are coming from, it really makes it hard for you to put your foot on the gas and make your business take off. So, especially if you have aspirations of starting a team or, growing your own business, tracking where those closings are coming from, I think are one of the most important things. And we just don't talk about it in the industry.
And I think I know for our CDA process, or at least at the beginning, how we set it up was where'd this lead come from? And it's partly for the company to help you guys grow, but also partly for you guys to actually have to think about where did this lead come from, a personal referral or, something like that. Um, I'll tell you guys that when I was getting my start and I really needed a win because I was in the business for like a year and I decided to go all in on real estate, quit my totally steady full-time job, give up a pension and everything. And so I'm like, well, I'm in it now. I better figure this out. I sent out 10 like videos. Okay. But think about this. This is like 2017. So people were cold texting in 2017, but they weren't sending out like cold videos via text message. So I sent out 10 cold, like personalized videos to the top 10 highest priced FISBOs in my area. And 3 of them like wrote back being like, yeah, sure, you can keep in touch. That's fine. One of them listed with me. So out of just doing 10 videos, I got like a $500,000 listing out of one of them. I never did it ever again. I don't know why I didn't do it when I had so much success the first time, but I think it's very important to, same with social media. If you're getting a lot of engagement with one path, you start to go down with videos or quotes or whatever you're posting, like pay attention to that and lean into it. All right, here is your leadership team. You just heard from Brennan yesterday. He is developing our team's structure and he's our director of teams. If you're starting a team or you have a team that you want to bring over here, get Brennan in front of them. He's the one that can, show them everything. Don't try and explain that yourself. All right. So Josh, this is what I was talking to you about. This is a little bit older of an article, but I thought it was really good. So I wanted to make sure that we covered down on it, and I didn't know if you wanted to talk to it just a little bit.
Yeah, so thanks for putting me on the spot, not knowing I was
I
going to talk
tried to,
about this one.
you had terrible internet before when I tried to give you a heads up. So
Okay,
it's
valid.
both of our faults. How about that?
Yeah. One of the biggest things that I see when I'm talking to agents, especially when they're newer to like online leads and that type of stuff, is the fact of getting ghosted. And so I wrote this article. It's just 7 tips to basically help you prevent from getting ghosted. But I think it's actionable and very easy to do. A lot of this stuff is not, really, really complicated. It's just a matter of kind of staying relevant, talking to people like they're people and not focusing on scripts and all that type of stuff. And I think your conversion rates will go up.
I think number 3 really stuck out to me as far as there's more than one way to call something a win. For me, a win is like them telling me I can stay in touch with them. Them not, just getting mad that I called them in the first place or whatever, right? And then number 7 also really stuck out to me. Don't like that is literally if you look at people who convert leads, they're the ones that are actually grinding them. They're not like, oh, I tried one time, didn't see an immediate, like, yes, come list me. So it didn't work at all. And you're right, just one unanswered text doesn't mean you got ghosted. Also, I would also give you guys the tip where if you are keeping in touch with people, try to develop that personal connection. I'll send memes sometimes, like that have nothing to do with real estate, and be like, but it was something we talked about. So I'm just staying in front of them. And then usually they'll bring up real estate after that. All right, we've got our prospecting and co-working room. I know agents have been using it. They've been seeing a lot of success with it. And I would say, just again, Sandy's fucking tips today, I guess, for the company meeting, but I have had a lot of success after I started putting structure into my day. When I was like running around doing all kinds of stuff, I wasn't having wins because I was so busy, but like nothing was getting done. So just if you missed Kyle's time, essentially time blocking training from a couple weeks ago, definitely make sure you watch it because that's how you get wins. If you're purposeful with how you're using this time segment, you're going to have wins. Okay, Holly, do you want to talk about your Monday training?
Yeah, so I'm super pumped. Monday, we're going to do like a business plan and it's a workshop. So you're going to be able to walk away with what your plan is for the rest of the year. We want to have a good holiday. So what we do now is important. Our habits are important so that we can have closings and have great holidays and end of the year things. So if you have a business plan that you created at the beginning of the year, bring that so that we can like see where you're at and tweak it moving forward. And then have an idea. It will be helpful for you if you have an idea what your average sales price is and what your average commission check is. Because those are numbers that will help us see how to get to your goal. So see you Monday.
Awesome. And I do like the title. It's really eye-catching. Um, okay, Brian, I want you to talk about True Crime Tuesday.
Okay, so this is one that I think is a really cool story. I don't watch a lot of like true crime documentaries because I'm in one, but I also like think this one was pretty interesting. The guy covers like sort of like military shootout stuff, and this one was a guy who in the I think like late 80s bought a house in a sketchy neighborhood because he was a veteran and didn't have a whole lot of money, and like a house across the street was like gang members selling drugs and he tried to get him to stop or clean up the neighborhood. He called the cops. Like they tried to do everything they could in the law, and nothing happened. So he invited over a whole bunch of ranger buddies for a barbecue, and then they just got into a huge shootout with the gang. So I thought that was a really cool story. So we're going to talk about that and kind of like what happened and all the details behind it.
I'm really excited about it because it has a ton of things that we can talk about, such as him buying in a a high crime area where the Crips were ruling that neighborhood. And it was like a literal Crip gang war in there. And he wasn't, it's like, did a real estate agent sell him the house and were they afraid to quote statistics? I don't know. But here he did, he bought in what he was betting on in a neighborhood. And the cops, it was one of those neighborhoods like we talked about with Cabrini Green, where the cops just wouldn't roll through there. They don't want any trouble type thing. And so there was drug dens right next to him, everything. So yeah, he had some buddies over for a barbecue. And then like 300 rounds were exchanged that day between the Crips and the veterans. And we're still researching the episode. I don't know whether they were active duty or veterans, but it's just going to be really cool to see. And then Emily, are you here? Do you want to open your mic and talk about
Yeah.
Wednesday's training?
Yes. So Wednesday's training is all about social media, and really like a lot of just agents reach out and ask me like, what do you post? Like, how do you, just basically how do you run your social media? And actually, I was talking to Teal last week and she's like, she doesn't know what to really even post and what to like set her schedule as for posting. And so A little bit of next week, sharing tips and tricks how to grow your business as an agent through social media and then stay consistent online, reaching out. It reaches more people posting on social media than to sit down and cold call like every single person. And like honestly, in a day, you probably won't be able to reach, hundreds of people versus posting on social media, you can.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that. I'm excited.
Your
I'm excited too.
your quote was hilarious. Every agent talking to Emily.
Yeah. I didn't even like AI that at all. I just like typed up. I'm like, I know what Emily's doing. I know what they want to hear.
For the people. So this is a screenshot of Follow Up Boss. I'm really just really excited about Follow Up Boss. So if you're not in it, there's some trainings we want you to take before you do it. But this is a snapshot from the last 30 days. So Damien leads by example for sure. He's in there all the time. It's how he manages his clients, his leads. And then I'm sort of a newbie to the party. So just now getting in there, cleaning up my database and but we're going to continue to show leaderboards and things like this. We can run it for all kinds of stuff, like who got the most listings, who got the most buyers. So we'll continue to update this. But if you don't use Follow Up Boss, you won't be on the leaderboard at all. So,
And each one of you has your own phone number, correct? That you can
yep,
use.
your own phone number, and it's recorded. So then you can come to me or Sandy or Josh and we can coach you through it. So like if you have a bad call and you're like, gosh, I wish I would have known what to say when they said blah, 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 blah. We can practice that. So the next time they say blah, 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 you know exactly what to say.
Our leader, Damian Swords, has his hand raised. Yes, Damian.
I just wanted to say that, if anybody's struggling with follow-up boss, please send me a message in Blink and we'll set up a time to get together.
That's excellent. And I love that you are tracking everything with Zillow as well. I mean, we have those statistics connected to Follow Up Boss, so that's super exciting. Oh, there you go. Holly's leading the way with the Blink Bonanza. Do you want to say a few words about this, Holly?
I just want to say thank you so much. I swear I didn't spend 67 hours trying to get this score. But no, I wanted to show you guys to challenge you. Get in Blink, and when you're bored or have some downtime or just need to take a break from the mental stress that is real estate, Blink is there. It's basically like Candy Crush. So if you like Candy Crush, you'll love the Blink Bonanza.
If it and also I'd never really played Candy Crush, but I did get sucked in the Blink Bonanza hole, a couple hours of my life. And so now I don't open it at all. So if I ever beat you, you'll know that it took me hours to do. So that's why I don't open it.
Kyle, I am curious, Kyle, what's the highest score at the other team that uses it?
I have no idea, but I want you to go back a slide because all I was looking at is we can form teams. So I think we might have to team up. So
I
we
was
can
looking
beat
at that
Ollie.
too.
And I think
Yeah.
she wanted to share this because she's wearing a legitimate crown.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's
she's
why
like,
she wanted
oh,
to
just
share
in
it.
case anybody wants to share this. And you can tell it's right when she beat it because it has all that celebration right there.
She got real excited. All right. I promise I'm doing a demo. Bear with me through the slides and then I'll share screen and do a demo.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
And clearly you guys, Kyle and Josh, are at home. Nothing to see there,
Yeah,
Clearly
we're
they're
not
at home.
in a hotel room with our kids in Milwaukee, but
I stayed
Exactly.
over last night.
don't do that. All right. Here's last month by the numbers. So we had 7 closings, GCI $112,902, the volume of almost 1.2 million, 3 states represented. Get it together.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Good job, guys.
All right, a new incident report form has been created. If you have a problem during your listing or transaction, anything real estate related, we want you to write all of that stuff down when it's fresh in your mind, right when the incident occurs, follow up with notes immediately following. We're going to keep a running log just in case anything ever happens, an E&O claim or a threat of a lawsuit or whatever. We want all the details already in your loop. So this is how you should look when you're filling out that form. We want every detail. If you think maybe it's not important, write it down anyway.
And can I make one more suggestion? I love that GIF that you're using because if you're ever about to type an angry email during this whole thing, why don't you take it out on the fucking form? Like take it out, like put all your dirt in there. Make sure like if you were going to type that angry email, do it to the form, because then that number one gets all your aggression out, stops from making a bad situation worse, but then also logs it for your health and the company's health. Holly, I saw you on mute. Did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you're like me and you struggle to like do that, I would just do like a voice recording as the incident's unfolding too, because we can always transcribe it. So I know there's some events I need to go back and do, so that just popped in my head.
Mm-hmm. At the
Love
end of
it.
the day, just it needs to be documented, however it gets in the file.
And where do they find
However,
that form,
I
Kyle?
will drop it in the water cooler in Blink, and then it will be templated in Dotloop. So you can grab it
Excellent.
at any time.
Wonderful.
All right, we talked a little bit about Blink, so I'm going to share a few tips and tricks. So there's different tabs across the top, and I will do a demo, but I just want to cover down on what each tab does, okay? Your home screen is a place for quick reference. That's like when you open up Facebook in the middle of your screen, you see all your feed posts, but on the sides there's quick links, access to all the groups that you're in, important chats are going to be on those side. So home is like the place to go when you first open Blink.
I don't appreciate that this green screen gives me terrible lighting. So I'm just letting you know, Kyle, for next time.
You only look a little ill. It's okay. Okay, chats. Just think like Facebook Messenger or DMs, okay? So you can one-on-one message people. Your support channels are in the chats. You each have a TC support channel within the chat if you're on TC services. And then it's also a place for group messages. So group messages is like me, Sandy, Brian, or it's like today I learned. That's a group that you're in. There's a companion chat for that. So think of chat like Messenger. Okay, groups are just exactly like groups. We have an announcement group. We have a state group. So if you're in Iowa 2, there's a group for Iowa 2 agents. That's where you can find both the My Real Estate Show and the True Crime Tuesday podcast, the Today I Learned, and you can discover your favorites. We have a recipe sharing group. We have a social media group, one for pets. So if you click on that group's tab and you feel like you're missing out on something that was in Slack, check that out because you can join any of those groups.
Fitness.
Yep. Hub is my favorite. That's where the quick links are for all of your resources. The Blink game is the first one on there. It's called Blink Bonanza. Then across the top, you've got Dotloop, Follow Up Boss, Zillow, and Zoom. And then you've got some black and white icons that are going to take you to some really important stuff. So if you have an agent that you'd like to invite to my real estate company, there's a quick form you can fill out. What's their name? How do we contact them? What do you like about them? The broker will reach out. There's a link to all of our training videos. You can request a commission advance there. You can shop our swag store there. And then there's a quick link for ordering TC service there. Okay, and then the directory, another favorite. I need Emily's phone number. Click on the directory. Her name, phone number, email are right there. All the agents, all the staff, third-party contacts will be coming soon, but that's just one place where you can find everything. Okay, a quick demo. I'm hijacking your screen share. All right. Home screen, just like we talked about, right? Oh, there's new posts. Holly posted about her kids riding their bikes. This is just like everything that's been posted from all your different groups. This is a social post from the Kids of MyRECo group. This is a water cooler post from yesterday. So that's that. Some of your quick links are here. Your groups are here. Your chats are here. Okay? Chats. Another thing, if this is your favorite channel, you always want to know exactly what's happening with the fraud alert channel, go over here and bookmark it. Okay, now it's going to be in your favorites. So you can like quiet the noise. If you just want to see what you want to see, bookmark it. All right, groups. These are the groups that Maya Holmes is already in. Here's communities that she's not in but could be in. She can discover them here. Oh, I'm not in true crime. Let me get in here. Join. That's that easy, okay? All right, hub. Here's all your quick links. Here's the game. I know somebody was asking Damien, you can kick Holly's butt. It's right here. And then here's all those other quick links that we discussed earlier. Directory. Here's everybody's contact info. I didn't talk about this in a slide, but if you're having a hard time navigating, you can come over here to this getting started, and there's a whole launch kit for you. So fear not, it's not hard. Okay. Are you sharing screen again?
No, I was wondering, were you going to do the dot loop demo?
Yeah,
Or...
I had another slide, but it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. Okay, I didn't know.
It's okay. The slide basically just says, remember that transaction management is exclusively in dot loop. So when I was inviting everybody to their TC support channels, if you're on TC service, I reminded you that there's not going to be individual channels in Blink for listings or transactions. You'll drop everything you need for your TC in that TC support channel. But if you want to tell me about a new file you have going, you can order TC service in that hub. That sends me a message saying, hey, new listing for so-and-so, please start the file. And so how to communicate in .loop is what I will demo. Okay. Okay, so here's our demo loop. All right. Let's say that this loop was started and you were like, hey, I really need you to fill out all of these forms. There's a chat right here. As long as you've added me, or if I started the loop, I'll add myself as a party down here as the transaction coordinator. You can come up to this chat. Oh my gosh. I had this set up and I logged out. Hold, please. All right. Love that for us. All right. Find me, send me a message. Please create all forms for my buyer. Okay. It's going to send me a message in here. On my end, because you sent me the message, when I come in here, this is going to be orange for me, saying I have a new message that I need to review. If I have filled all of these out, and let's say I need to tell you, hey, you didn't sign this document, I can come in here. Let's just pretend that's the state broker doing it, missing your initials. Now you're going to get a message from me saying you got to sign this. I can also send it to you since I'm the TC, but that's how you communicate back and forth. You can do it on specific line items or an overall file. Hey, here's a catch up. This is what I need. So that's how it will work.
I never knew, like I saw those dots. I've always known that I can like click on it when somebody sends me a form and then it has a note attached to it or whatever. But I never thought about clicking on those. And then you saw that you could like message your state broker. You can message anybody that's once another agent becomes party to the transaction, they'll show up as well in there. So
the lender, the other agent, like anybody who's a party, they don't even have to be like on the add to my team. You can send anybody a message. They'll get an email. They can message you back even without having a .loop account. So
that's excellent. Thank you for demoing that. Hey, agents, are there any questions on your transaction management going forward? Do you know how to, when you get a file going, do you know how to start? Do you know how to communicate with us? Are there any questions? I just wanted to make sure you were informed. All right, I'm going to share again.
Well,
Go
wait,
ahead,
oh,
Holly.
Holly.
So if we're starting a file, we would go into, and we're using TC service, we would go into Blink and say request TC service, and then you would set up the loop. If you needed anything, you'd ask us probably in our TC channel in Blink. And then all the files would stay in .loop, and that's where the communication is. So if we like missed a signature or a date, or that's where it's going to be.
Yep.
I just want to make sure I got it.
Yeah. So if you're on TC service, feel free to drop any communications in your TC support channel. But if there's like specific things, because I also do the TQ side. So if I'm going through auditing, going, oh man, we missed a signature here, I'm going to leave a note in the .loop file just so you know what's missing. And I can even say like, and I reached out to the listing agent and requested that they get this over to us or whatever. But all of those communications will be in .loop on the file.
Awesome.
Nice. Excellent. All right. Oh. Okay.
I was so ready.
I know, right, Brian?
Yep. So this one, I use Google all the time, so this isn't like a bashing Google thing, but they changed their search results so that everything is AI powered now. Like your results are all going to be like AI generated. It's not going to be like links or anything anymore. I haven't, seen too much of a difference, but just to let you know that instead of, listing a whole bunch of pages, I guess the like smaller websites are seeing a huge drop in traffic because Google isn't recommending those websites anymore. It's giving you like AI answers. So there are, the alternative search engines, whether it's DuckDuckGo, Ask Jeeves is gone. I think that went away in like March or something, but DuckDuckGo has like non-AI powered ones, so that's one of the bigger alternatives. I think they said they saw like 300% growth since Google changed their results. So if you're worried about, being tracked or cookies or just not seeing the search results like you used to, there are alternatives out there. I always plug the Brave browser. You can use their search results, incognito modes, that sort of thing. So again, just you may see a big difference in your Google search results. This is why. And then if you want to, explore or talk about the alternatives like in more detail, just let me know and I can kind of see if we can find something that works for you. But this would be the kind of the big popular one right now is switching over to DuckDuckGo instead of Google search results. So again, just wanted to kind of raise some awareness of that so that everybody could kind of explain or understand why that might be happening. Yes, Holly.
Right. Well, so like in Google, we have like Google My Business that people try to like keep up to date. Do you know if these other browsers have anything that we should be building out so that if as people are moving, they're like finding our profiles or whatever?
Normally, if we've got like, we've got our website and all of that, and that should Google, like our business in Google is just there. Searching other results should show it up there. It's I would say it's probably going to take some time just to see how it fully, fleshes out, but I I wouldn't change anything yet. I would see, the backlash may be big enough that Google changes their mind and goes back to it. So I don't want to like waste a whole lot of our time fixing this problem if it's just going to, go back to normal soon. But yeah, this definitely has a lot of people, changing their habits, giving negative feedback and all that. So but yeah, our Google business should still be findable by all the other browsers because it still exists there. This is just changing how Google like pushes results out as like AI interpreted answers. Like if you basically it's like instead of Googling something and seeing all the web pages now, it'd be like if you went to Chat GPT and asked that question or search for that thing, your results are going to look more like that now in Google's results. So that's kind of I won't say I haven't seen that much, but I also don't search for things like that. Like most of the time I know what I'm looking for. So, but again, just so if people are out there searching and you look, see different Google results, this is why, is they changed to all AI powered results instead of search algorithm.
And remind them why you love Brave so
Yeah.
much.
Well, the two big reasons are it, gives you the crypto coin that you can earn and donate to pages that have there. But the one I really like is their built-in YouTube ad blocker. Like that's been the greatest thing for like my, YouTube use in 7 years or so. Like there again, over 7 years, I've seen maybe 3 or 4 days where, YouTube's ad block detection beat Brave's ad block or ad blocking. So, and then, within a couple of hours or so, it's back. They're pretty good about keeping it updated, so I don't have to install an extension that I need to keep up to date. I don't need to pay for YouTube Premium. I don't need to like do anything crazy to block ads on YouTube. I just go to YouTube and it takes a couple of seconds to load the video and then there's no ads. And for all of those like movies on YouTube that are like free with ads, there's just no ads in the movie. I just watch movies on YouTube with no ads through Braves. And it's Chromium based. So if you like Google Chrome, Brave is a pretty one-to-one switch. So again, I'm a huge fan of it. I've been using it as my default for 7 or 8 years now. So
And for those of you, you guys know that Brian and I served in the Marines together, but Brian was like the dude that before live stream or before streaming, before we could stream any movie or show series that we wanted, Brian would like gather collections because he's got like that type of brain where he can service it from all kinds of servers and everything. And so he was like my go-to for all the like all the series of shows that were ever out or anything. So he just knows about all that stuff. So I love that you give us those updates.
Yep.
Brennan, mortgage.
Hey, so not much has been changing in the mortgage world. I believe the national average is 6.6 right now. So it's a little bit higher than what we saw a little bit previously, but staying pretty steady because everything in the world is unsteady right now. So there's not going to be any big drop or anything coming up soon, but no big acquisitions or anything to discuss. Really, just staying the status quo right now.
All right. Oh, we got this up here again. My bad. Holly.
Yeah, so this is still just open to anyone if you want to jump in. We're on day 4 of the 30 days to closing challenge, and we're here in the co-working space. So just if you want to jump in, I'm there. And if you want to do it solo and just let me know how it's going, that's great too.
All right. We've got state and local news from your brokers. Here is your broker team. Holly also carries the record for the most states brokered. Also, we have a new name up here, as you can see. Damian Swords is going to be taking over for Illinois. We announced that he had gotten his broker's license last week. So we have hired him as our Illinois broker. Very excited to have you on board in this capacity, Damian. So, looks like we've got, I think Minnesota is actually our only state update, and it's very important news.
Very important. So I scoured the internet high and low to bring you news from all of our states. And this is what I found. I thought this was super interesting. So this is, oh gosh, what is it called?
Mushroom House?
Yeah, well, it's called the Mushroom House or the Fred Flintstone House. And it's called a monolithic dome. And these were kind of being tested in the 60s and 70s. And it's made out of foam.
It looks like asbestos. Is this an asbestos house?
No, but it's made out of foam. So it's supposed to be more energy efficient and durable. So if you want to go to the next slide, we've got some photos. And we just dropped in the chat the actual Zillow link because there's like 50 something photos so you can look at it yourself. But I wanted
But what were they thinking when they made the shape of this house? Like they didn't even try to make it a square.
I know. I don't know if it's the way that they do the foam.
Like, look at the dresser built into the foam wall.
But the
Well,
biggest
just wait till you see the other pictures. Like the ceilings to me look like AI. Like
well, and they look really low
Yeah.
to me.
Mhm.
Keep going, Holly. This is definitely virtually staged right here.
So they have to run a humidifier all the time because that's like the one downside of having a foam house is that
The one downside.
yeah,
I would say I don't know if it's the one.
Like, you guys, Holly would totally fucking buy this house.
Well, and that
He's
was going to
already
be like
fantasized about it.
the thing I like thought when I first saw this, like this is like the definition of polarizing. Like 99% of people are going to see this and be instantly turned off, but for the people that see this and go, yes, that's the market for it.
Yes, that's so funny. Oh yeah, and how much is it?
It's like 370 grand, I think.
Yeah, it's like a totally affordable price too. So I might move to Minnesota, guys.
Wonder why.
Mhm. All right, next slide. I think there's more photos.
I mean, just look at how attractive this is.
The kitchen is so tiny too. Like if you click on the link and you look, it's so tiny.
I mean, there are people with like that fear of holes, you know? And so I'm just looking at this getting really creeped out. It just looks like the texture. I wonder what the texture feels like if it's rough. Like, because I know Holly in her head, she's like, I could run around in the house and never get injured. Like, I just know how she thinks, you know?
I'm not running anywhere unless I get even chased by somebody.
What's with that beehive chandelier? Is that real or is that just
I'm like, that is so gross to me. Why would they do that?
I thought it was an owl.
I don't know. I think the purple carpet is what sold it for me.
It's art, you guys.
Is this the kitchen or like a bar?
No, that's like the kitchen from what
Oh my God.
so tiny.
And it's
Remember
only
2 slides ago when you said there was
370,000.
only one downside?
Holy shit. Look at what these couches are built on. Oh
yeah,
my
I'm definitely leaning back on that couch and like cracking my head on the wall every time.
Exactly, like the fact that it
You're
goes
sitting
up
like
with
this to watch TV.
Yeah.
It's a Flintstone house.
And how do you even like get the TV up there? It's like a round wall on the interior.
Yeah, it's definitely not getting wall mounted. It's going on a TV stand.
Yeah. So yeah, really, Brian, you're totally right with this polarizing content. Holly, you may have found a new niche. Any alibis? Damien.
So also very, very important, but has anybody else seen the new Zillow phone game where you get to guess the house price of real listings around the country?
No, but that is genius of them to do that. Is it like a separate thing or is it within the Zillow app?
No, it's a separate app that you and maybe I'm pretty sure it is Zillow endorsed though. So it's just in the app store. I'll see if I can find the link.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna like triple my price guess for anything in California. So it'd be interesting.
When you were talking about the true crime story too earlier, I was like, dude bought a $10,000 house. He couldn't have thought the neighborhood was that great, right?
In 1989.
Oh, that's
That and it might have just been the down payment. I don't know
Mm.
though. Like I didn't look into
Yeah.
the financials on that. I was like, he got a house for 10,000. It's like, well, was that the like initial down payment or the whole house? And either way.
My point is it doesn't like I don't think he was, upset with how shitty the house was. But I think in America, we all have the right for law enforcement we all have the right to expect law enforcement to, handle business on the streets, and so I just find it very interesting that he's like, well, you guys aren't going to handle business. All right, I'm going to have a barbecue.
And I did have one more alibi. I'm sure nobody else has even noticed, but it bothers me a lot. There is an issue with Zoom where GIFs are not there. Like it's a Zoom outage with GIFs not like you can't.
Throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
We got to find a new system. This is
Yep.
bullshit. Oh my goodness. So, all right. Well, that concludes today's company meeting. It was an easy one. It was a quick one. Not going to waste your time any longer than I need to. So, Holly, do you want to close us out?
When in doubt, reach out, message us if you need us. We are here for you. We all started this morning with a blank slate at 0. So go out and talk to a buyer, a seller, or an agent today. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.